Let's pretend none of that happened, okay? All right, so I'm joined in the studio by my special guest, who is joining me right here, right now on Top FM.
Koder, aka Big Codes.
There you go. Seamless. No one would know.
No one would know.
No one would know.
No one would know.
Koder.
What's going on, my
Great
bro?
to have you here in the building.
Bro, it's great to be here, fam.
You're going to say you 2 minutes like
No, I meant to say
like
it
I'm
was
not here
great to
every
be
week.
here. It was great to be here.
What's happening? It's been so long. Actually, that's a good point. When's the last time me and you did an interview?
The
Apart
last
when you kind of
time-
interviewed me on Instagram the other day.
The last time would have been probably like 2000. Would have been last year sometimes. I feel like we do something every year.
No, I don't think I've seen you in ages. Now that you're here in the room with me, I just feel like I haven't seen you in the longest time.
The last time was when you was in North, in
East, on Deja.
East.
Yeah, Deja.
No, after. When you first went on top, but it was in another building, no?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was upstairs. That was the last time.
Okay,
So what
I
year
forgot
was
about
that?
That would have been 2018, maybe early 2019.
That's what I'm saying. I think I've seen you
Yeah.
every year, man. I think I do a yearly check-in, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, lucky me,
Come
man. Like
on.
me, I get to see Koder once a year. Jeez. What's been happening though, Koder? So furthermore, for those who aren't so familiar with you, explain who you are and what it is that you do in the shortest time possible, because I know there's a lot now. There's a lot more than it used to be.
So my name's Koder. I'm a rapper, young entrepreneur as well. I run Undeniable Records, Undeniable Films, Undeniable Studios alongside my amazing team. But first and foremost, I'm an artist, songwriter, producer. I came out the grime scene, and now I'm doing like a range of various different styles of music and executive producing for different artists and loads of different things. But it is all rooted in originally grime.
Okay, so you started off as a grime artist.
Yeah, started off as grime
and
artist.
you kind of just like developed into, as you say, like an entrepreneur into all sorts of facets of the business.
Yeah.
How was that transition? I know I'm jumping ahead slightly, but that's quite interesting because a lot of people either stay in their lane or they might venture into like a separate field.
Yeah.
But you seem to have like developed and gone into like almost anywhere that you can possibly go in terms of entertainment.
Yeah.
There's not much left for you to dabble in that you haven't already.
Yeah, yeah.
Why did you decide to take on so many ventures and yeah, just why like so many, like first and foremost?
Well, I've always been kind of solution based, and I kept facing similar problems in my journey, which was I didn't have an editor for my video. I had to wait around for a graphic designer, or had to wait around for someone to. I didn't have the money to get my song engineered or mastered or stuff like that. I remember going. I'm not going to say the name, but going to get records mastered, and it would cost something like I think £130 sometimes, £120 per record. And I'm not at the time. I'm not generating no money as a musician, so it's like I have to find that money to master a record when I don't actually at the time know what mastering is. I just know that everyone's saying you need to get your record mastered, so I'm finding £120 to pay for that. Artwork, graphic designer. So what I've done is just took some time out to kind of just go back into the shadows a bit and upskill. And when I upskilled, I was teaching a lot of people around me. So I was like, it would be great for this energy to exist in the form of a company where everyone has that same kind of each one teach one mentality. And that's what we have at Undeniable, where it's like I've taught certain people how to engineer and they've taught other people how to engineer and it's grown an economy. So
when you say you upskilling yourself, because I thought you were going to say you've developed a team where you've got your own in-house engineer.
Well, I'm still engineering myself, but it's a different, I'm engineering myself by choice now. Not because I can't afford an engineer. It's because I've started getting very specific about my sound. So until I get someone that can shadow me long enough to kind of adapt to how I like things done. But I'm not short for engineers anymore. Back then I literally didn't have, you know, it was like, I can't afford an engineer or whatever. So I just learned how to engineer myself. So I'm just I'm basically feeding that ethos through that mentality through Undeniable, whatever I do, whether it's Undeniable Studios, Undeniable Records, Undeniable Films, it's that same mentality, so just diversified.
So before even all that, because you were teaching yourself how to produce.
Yeah,
at one
yeah,
point. So you've really gone, you know, from the person on the mic to the person from the mic running around to the desk, producing yourself. Then you're emailing yourself your own track so you can master it.
Yes, all of that.
So basically, from start to finish, so you're there writing at the beginning and you're there mastering at the end.
Yeah,
literally,
I'm there. I'm every step of the way. And that way, I know whenever the public hears it, it's the best representation of me at my highest level. I don't know if you remember Omnipresent PR when I was doing PR as well. Yeah. So there was time when I was with, had a business partner called Saffron, and we ran.
I remember the name. I didn't know that you were responsible.
Yeah, it was my company.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Omnipresent was my company. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
But it was obviously I can tell everyone now. But at the time, it was a face for me to be able to PR myself without me having to go directly to people, because at the time people didn't like dealing directly with artists. They liked to deal with managers or companies. So created a company that could represent me using my network basically. And it worked to some extent because we was getting premieres and stuff. But now I'm just like, I'm not hiding anymore. Undeniable, saying it with my chest, you know what I mean?
So what happened with that PR company?
We collapsed it.
Yeah,
do you know what it was? It started to get a demand that, I'll be honest, I couldn't supply on the demand, because I originally started it to kind of do PR for just me and my friends. And then we started getting other people that wanted to do it. And
that's a good thing.
It's a good thing, but at the same time, we was inexperienced to deal with that level of clientele. So instead of trying to do it and getting a bad reputation, we just closed the company.
You know what, we can't let this happen again. We just got to shut
No, it wasn't even that. It was literally the skill set. No, I'm being honest. The skill set was not there at the time, if I'm honest.
Fair. Okay. So you recognise that from early?
From early. So we just closed it when it was high, because I don't know if you remember LDNZ, which is an event I used to run, which was like London to New Zealand. Yeah. Omnipresent used to put on all them shows. So since we haven't done any of them shows, it's like that whole thing, we've closed that chapter and we'll open it back up again with Undeniable.
So hold a minute, are you not doing the trip to New Zealand anymore, or have you stopped?
Because of COVID thing, innit? But I'm as soon as they lift COVID, I'm back in New Zealand. Like I'm there. Like,
can you? So what is it like? So have you even investigated to find out what it's like out there? Because I don't know what the situation is out there. I'd imagine it's not too dissimilar to what we've got here now. Yeah. But are they in lockdowns? Are you not able to perform? I know you probably can you even travel out there? I don't know.
We can't travel to New Zealand, but they're not on lockdown anymore. That they're for like, I speak to them every week. They're having parties, they're having raves. Like, really, they're fully functioning now. They're back into normality. Mad. They're having parties, they're having festivals. Right today is a festival called Rhythm and Vines, which I would definitely would have been booked for. And they're only now having New Zealand acts on the lineup, which I think is a good thing, because now only people who are from New Zealand are on a festival which normally is populated by an international lineup, and only one or couple of them get on that lineup. But now I'm seeing people like smaller acts getting on bigger stages.
That's a good thing for them. So COVID's worked. Sometimes COVID's worked in people's benefits.
Yeah,
so for example, for those people that wouldn't normally get in their own country, they're now getting a look in.
Exactly, on a big stage to prove that I can. So next year when we do start, the international start flooding the lineup again, hopefully if we can get over there, there'll be some people who can hold their weight next to bigger names.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
You know?
Let's talk about Koder, the movie mogul.
The movie mogul, wow.
Yeah, the movie mogul. Koder Spike Lee.
That's very generous. That's very generous, man.
Come on, so I was surprised. So I'm not sure how long ago it was, but I saw that you created a movie of some sort.
I wouldn't say
it was a small movie.
No, I was casting director.
But you created. Did you not create it? Were you not part of the creation team?
Yeah. I was casting. No, I was casting director, and an incident I was involved with inspired the original storyline. So I was consulting back and forth with Abdu on different ideas, but he drove the whole direction and narrative and everything. It was just that something that happened in my area, amongst other things, encouraged that.
So you were involved in the creation of a movie?
Yeah, I know. Do you know what it is? I give Abdu his flowers, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
no,
I don't want to spin it like I've.
It's not like the music where you're the director, the actor, and the bloody caster, and the videographer. Like you were involved.
Yeah, I was definitely heavily involved. So we created short film, which was BIF nominated for best short film. It was only like 2 minutes something. So I went to the BIF awards, met a lot of people in the film industry. And
who did you meet that you were like happy to meet? Let's say.
The most exciting to me was the producer for Blue Story, actually.
Okay.
She was there, and I didn't know it was a woman.
Yeah.
So that was like interesting to see that.
I didn't know either.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So, and it was a black woman as well. So it was interesting to meet her and kind of network with her and just expand my network in terms of like the film world. I met casting directors, different people. I met a guy that it was done the Yardie film for Netflix.
Okay, right.
He put that whole film together.
Yeah. Where was this event?
This was in somewhere in East. It was like a posh. We was the minority from there, if I'm honest. There was there must a handful of black people there. And I definitely was like, this is gonna change in the future because we're gonna bring. How were
you dressed? Trucky?
No, I was in a suit. I'm not gonna lie. I came through Dapper. I came through Dapper, you know. I came through Dapper. Yeah, when them kind of things there, I put together a little number, you know what I mean? I always
remember section boys at the Mobos.
I
always remember that in their tracksuits up on
stage.
I
remember that. I do remember that. But for me, I'm a chameleon of all sorts in the sense of I like to dress for my environment. Like if I'm in an environment like that, I definitely like to wear something that I think is gonna stand out. I wore a blue suit with a yellow under, very bright yellow. So stand out.
Yeah,
but
that's a lot going on there.
No, but it was going on. It was working. They was flocking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were flocking. It sound like a peacock.
They were flocking. It worked, you know.
Talking about fashion, so there's so much to talk about in such a small space of time. You've always like focused a lot on your fashion. For whatever reason. Whether you think that people, I don't know, why do you focus so much on fashion?
I come from a fashionable family, you know. Like a lot of my aunties and uncles and stuff like that have a lot of pride in how they dress and stuff like that, and a lot of clothes were passed down through generations and stuff like that. And I've always had this kind of love for clothes because of that, and an appreciation for the quality in clothes and stuff like that. But you know, down to the budget and the money I had growing up, I didn't have much, so I went Primark and made what I could work, really. So then I had to kind of get more inventive with how I was putting outfits together because I didn't have the budget to do that, you know what I mean?
I remember, I think it was around the time of the Naked EP, where you completely changed your look completely, and you went for Grandad.
I did. Let's just say it how it is. I did.
You had the chinos, I think.
I didn't have chinos. Like you're pushing. I didn't have chinos. Man said chinos. No, I used to rock chinos though. I'm not gonna lie. Not burgundy.
Really?
I didn't rock burgundy chinos though. No.
Like, don't try and say this.
It was like beige. You know the beige chinos.
But you had the trousers with a very, very sharp crease in the front
with the seams.
Very sharp. Cut your finger in it and all sorts. You had the jacket on. You had what?
The cravat. Don't forget the cravat.
Man went for what's his name? What's his name? Chris Eubank look.
Yeah, bro. Carlton Banks.
Short of the monocle. That's it.
Yeah, literally.
The monocle.
Exactly.
What inspired that look? Because you were young at the time as well.
Yeah. Do you know what it was? Yeah. Growing up, I feel like I was super enzy, innit? I don't know if there's a word for it, but there was certain things that I just turned my nose to. I was just like, I'd never wear that. I'd never. And then as I grew to become more fearless, I thought, you know what? I would never dress like this back in the days. Yeah. So I want to do it now.
Okay.
To see how comfortable I feel going on stage, dressed like this.
You kept it going for a long time.
And seeing if I can, because for me, it fit. That aesthetic for me fit what I was trying to convey on Naked EP, which is I'm evolving, I'm going through change. So I was like, what's the most dramatic way I can do that?
Yeah, you found
Wear a cravat in the hood and stuff like that. Then I was wearing fur coats. I was going interviews in fur coats, and I was just everything that you wouldn't expect from me as a grime MC at the time, which I was transitioning. Yeah, I just done a juxtaposition. I even done the show, the Naked EP live, and I was wearing like a blue suede suit with a cravat, and it's just.
What was it like the first time that you thought, let me just leave my front door and go and check the man, whatever, and everyone's there wearing their hoodies and their baggy trousers, well, no one's baggy trousers, but whatever, and then you're there in your cravat.
Do you know what? I loved it because I felt like... No, do you know why I loved it? Do you know why I loved it? Because I've always been a leader in my community. Right. So I've never felt...
You're not a leader wearing a cravat.
I am, definitely. No. Frank Lucas style. I'm Frank Lucas. Do you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not Frank Lucas, but in that context, it's like I'm walking into parties and everyone already knows me because we're in Lewisham.
Looking like
actually, this place where the studio is, there was a massive party here. There used to be Matt's Barbecue used to be here. Yeah. So when Matt's Barbecue was on,
you never ever turned up to Matt's Barbecue.
I did in the cravat. Because I was like, no one would ever turn up like this. And everyone rated it. Well, they might have been talking behind my back, but the girl, I'll just focus on the girls, innit? So I don't demand them, whatever.
Hold on, focus on the girls. So what are the girls saying? Oh,
the girls were like, oh my God, they're stroking the cravat. They're saying, oh, what's this? Oh, I love how you dress, you've always been different, Like, you've always had this different thing about you. I'm like, yeah,
church shoes.
I forgot your number.
No,
let me get your number again.
Girls are no, you're not fooling me.
Bro, they was feeling it, bro. Because think about it, everybody in the ends.
So you're saying I should wear a cravat now?
Let me paint the picture. Everyone in the ends is wearing tracksuit and different things. Yeah? For a reason. I've become an anomaly in the sense of you grew up being around me, then all of a sudden you hardly see me, but you see me on different things. I'm sponsored by Adidas at the time. Like, I've become a little bit of an enigma. And then you've bucked me for the first time in years, and I'm rocking a cravat. I've span you. You want to know what's going on? You want to know what the bank's saying? The bank ain't saying much, but you want to know what
the cravat is.
Exactly.
I like it. No, I remember that, and I thought, I actually, to be fair, I actually did rate it. I thought, okay, he's going for something completely left field.
Yeah, bro.
I loved it.
I've taken risks, man. Yeah, I love it.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, man. I'm inspired by people like, well, not to the extreme, but I'm inspired by people like Prince, Andre 3000, David Bowie, people that were like kings of reinvention and push the boundaries. But I don't push it as much as them, if I'm honest. But just pushing it in terms of everything that I was against, I go for now.
What do you think of someone like Kanye? Do you find him an inspiration? He pushes boundaries.
He does push boundaries, but I find him more of a musical inspiration rather than he is a fashion inspiration to a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie, but for me, he's very like mood colors, like dark browns, dark greens, like one color block. Whereas me, I like to switch it up, like yellow and black. I like to have different patterns, different styles. Whereas I think Kanye is now moving into like very block colors. And
you'd even like design your own clothes. For example, you can go to, let's say, for example, you can go to Primark for an example, and buy any like a plain T-shirt or plain trainers, whatever, and you'd create your own. I remember you used to do it. You used to take a look your pen and just create your own. Do you still do that?
I still do that, man. But it's just gone now onto like jeans and jean jacket and a bit more expensive items.
Have you got a merchandise? Do you sell like merch?
No, so what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just testing out different distributors. So I might make a one-off hoodie like this and wear it for a while and see what's most like
people must ask
comfortable.
You.
Yeah, people ask me all the time. So I know once it is going, it will. I've even got undeniable boxers.
Serious?
Like it's this deep. It's deep.
I don't
it's
deep.
See him. Now you don't have to see them, but you can buy some and then you can show them to someone else.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, maybe. Why not? I'll have a look when they're ready, but I don't want to see you.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, next year is coming.
You mentioned about sponsorships and stuff.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. So you've been sponsored by who? And how did that come about?
In my past, I've been sponsored by Beats by Dre.
What? I didn't know what Beats by Dre.
Yeah, I'm sponsored by Beats by Dre.
Really?
Yeah, 2000 I got a picture with Dr. Dre. I met him 2013 or 14.
How did that happen?
I was randomly in Shoreditch. I used to work there as a studio engineer.
Okay.
And I went outside a building and there was loads of athletes like Dwayne Chambers and stuff like that. And they all had Beats by Dre gift bags. So I went up to Dwayne Chambers actually and I was like, yo, like, what's going on? And he's like, Beats by Dre handing out headphones for the Olympics. Yeah. So I just went to the door and I was like, can I speak to the head PR? Yeah. Because I heard that word before. I didn't even know what PR was, but I was just like, can I speak to the head PR? And the guy was like, who are you, basically? And I was like, I'm the hottest thing in grime. I've just done Lord of the Mics. Like, I've just, like, I basically bigged myself up. And he was like, I'll let you speak to her assistant. So I spoke to her assistant and I came up with a quick picture in my head of, like, one time I was at studio and my friend let me wear his Beats by Dre's and I noticed that they showed bass frequencies that my other headphones didn't show me. So I wanted to buy a pair. I couldn't afford them. So I went to the woman. I was like, I want to make a YouTube video to show that Beats by Dre show you bass frequencies that other headphones don't. So they're better for mixing for grime artists.
Okay.
She was like, I love the idea. I need to take you to my boss. So then she took me to the top floor of, it was Shoreditch House, took me to the top floor of Shoreditch House. And then I met a woman called Emily, who is the global marketer for Beats by Dre. Okay. And she was like, tell Emily what you just told me. Told her, and she was like, yo, we literally have big brands coming in here all the time with like whole presentations, and you just pitched to me in 10 seconds, like, what do you want? And I was like, I want some headphones. And she was just like, I'll do you one better. Like, we'll sponsor you, we'll support you, and there's a party coming up, and we're going to invite you to the party. So I was not thinking Dr. Dre's going to be there or anything. Yeah. Get there, Kendrick's just walking past me like it's normal. I'm just like, well, go on. And then I'm chilling. I'll be quick. I'm chilling. And Dr. Dre's in the VIP. Everyone's trying to get his attention. So I was like, I'm not going to try to get his attention while everyone's there. So I waited for a while. Everyone stops. And then I kind of position myself. So we're going to clock eyes. So he clocked eyes with me. And then I just called him over. And he stood up out the VIP. No, literally, I literally like, I literally called him over, called him over, and he was like, he literally pointed at himself like me, and I was like, yeah, like come, like. So then he was with a girl that I think he's going for a divorce now. I think he's going for a divorce now with the girl that I saw him with, but he was with her, got up, and he came out the VIP and spoke to me. It happened so smooth, no one even clocked until like 10 seconds later, everyone flocked, and then paparazzi come. Then he's like, man, I gotta go, man. And then he went back into the VIP. And yeah, that day's always stuck with me, because I'm not even in a big-headed way, but I thought to myself, it was encouraging, because I was like, what made Dr. Dre want to come out to speak to me? Like, and I'm just at his event. So it did inspire me. But yeah, Beats by Dre, Adidas. I ain't got time to get into all the stories, but Adidas, Beats by Dre. Now Puma. Sunglasses Hut, I was sponsored for 4 years. So I could go in there, get any shades I want, Pradas, Machinos.
Really?
Yeah, I was sponsored by
How long were you sponsored by Beats by Dre, out of interest?
This was at least 3 years. Wow. Yeah, about 3 years, about 3 years.
How many pairs of headphones did you go through?
That is the reason I'm not sponsored anymore.
Really?
Because you know it is. Then, I won't lie, I had a very hood mentality. So my mentality is, they broke. I need another pair. I've lost them. I need another pair. Until we just lost communication. That's what it was. But
that story is a great story. You know why? Because it just, when people just say, just go for it.
Yeah.
And literally, if you didn't just go for it and just talk to the person on the door, none of that would have happened.
Yeah,
and even
exactly.
the thing with Dr. Dre, like, a lot of people would be scared to go up to Dr. Dre, let alone say, Dr. Dre, come to me. Mad.
Yeah, I just always, it's all about you, man, in them moments, in terms of making a moment yours. And I feel like it's the same with Adidas. How I got Adidas was the same. Like, I've just been like, there's a guy over there who makes decisions for Adidas. Like, I must be able to talk to him, because everyone's always scared to go talk to the guys. The same with FIFA, how I got Win. Like, I went Germany, and I just, long story short, I'm at a thing. I'm sponsored by Puma, but my friend runs things at Adidas, so he invites me to an Adidas event for a FIFA 20 launch, and I'm just there, vigilant. I'm like, there's a plug here somewhere. There's a plug. I've got this record.
So don't shorten this story, because I was literally about to ask you, how did you end up having a track on the FIFA 21 game? Okay. So just let us know. So how did that go? So we're gonna have to wrap up in about 5 minutes. So just let us know. If you can do it within 4 minutes.
Yeah, I can do it quicker than that. So make a record called Win that Puma commissioned. They was like, yo, we want you to make a record about Puma, and I was like, I can't make a record about Puma, but I can look at like the brand values and my brand values, see how they match, and make a song that represents both of us. So I ended up making Win, which is basically using football references to address my growth in the ends, putting work on the field. Man's got technique and I got skill. Back then I used to run the whole pitch. Now I pass to the team and let the play build. It's very hood, but it's not, in the sense of business and using football terminology. So they loved it. Flew me, Leon, Tion, and my DJ Sneaks to Germany. Gave us the headquarters for the day. Like, literally, we could go wherever we wanted. We had rooms where they created Undeniable Studios in the headquarters. And like, we had our logo on the wall. All the footballers were there, and we had to kind of give them studio time and show them how the studio works. They had a yellow Ferrari for me. Can you drive? No, I can't. I didn't even drive it. I don't think we used it in the vid, but it was there. They had like a specific barber that was just there to cut my hair. It was mad. Like, the whole Puma thing was about Undeniable. So then we shoot that, we come back, the video's doing well, and then I go back to Germany a week before my team for Splash Festival, and we go to the EA Sports event for FIFA, and then I'm just kind of just hanging around. I'm like, there's someone here I'm at EA Sports, I've got this record Win, and we'd been talking about getting it on FIFA, but we was late. So then there's a room where some guy's just had a presentation, and he's packing away a projector. There was another guy, but his ego was just too much. I was like, nah, he's not the plug. He's probably the assistant because he's got that thing of entitlement, which we'll get into later. Yeah. But this guy was just packing away a projector. Yeah. Like I pack away my mic at my studio because I've bought it. You know, it's different when it's yours. Yeah. You're packing it away different. Yeah. And I said to myself, he's the guy. So I just went up to him and I was like, hey, nice to meet you. Like, can I ask, like, what's your involvement into making today happen? He's like, I'm the global director for EA Sports. Wow. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm Koder. I've got a record called Win. Yeah. I really want to play it to you. So he's like, play it to me. Played it to him. He's like, I really like it. Email it to me. It said it's too late for this FIFA because we're already in the beta stage. But email it to me and I will send it to the team. But don't chase me up on it. Like, don't be like emailing me and seeing like if I've done it. I'm just, you know, you're just gonna have to trust me on this one because I'm very busy. Emailed it to him, didn't hear back for about 5-6 months, and then I get an email saying it's EA Sports. We wanna use Win for FIFA 21.
Again, just go for it, right?
Go for it. Then I'm just like, I remember like phoning my manager and he's like, what? Phoning my manager because it's like we're independent, you know, as a label, independent. Like that sync world is lucrative. So being able to, and the association, it's not always about the money, it's association as well. And the way we're able to leverage 100%. That 100%. As an independent was crazy.
But out of interest, let's talk about the money. What's the money saying? So
it's all right.
Yellow Ferrari.
It's already been reinvested, to be honest. No, not yet.
Okay, cool.
No, it's already been reinvested. I don't see any of it, to be honest. Cool.
We're going to have to wrap up. So let's talk about the new single that's out right now.
Yes.
Video dropped today? Am I right?
Video drop. It's out right now.
Cool. What's the name of the song?
The song is called Entitled.
And what's it about?
It's about people feeling entitled, me sometimes feeling entitled. It's about entitlement in general, really. Yeah. So
what inspired it?
A crazy summer. So I was one of them people who was flying in and out the country. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I went Paris. There was pool parties, Germany, vibes. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you know, at the time I was in and out of Selfridges, Lafayette. You know, I was there. I was
for money?
No, that's what we invested.
No, you didn't be for money?
No, it's undeniable studios that was.
Touch that money.
So yeah, like I was doing a lot, man. I was living. I'm always so humble. This time I was like, no, I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna live in it. So I done that, and then it just inspired me. I had certain encounters with people where I just felt entitlement was a big thing between us, like a girl feeling entitled and me being like, I'm entitled to my space, but her feeling like she's entitled. That's why it kind of starts with, we ain't got no title. Why you so entitled? Says she don't love me no more. Goes through on the Bible. Like, you know, it's always challenging entitlement.
Wicked. Listen, Koder, it's been a pleasure catching up with you.
There's never enough time, is there? I know, man.
Never enough time.
Do you know what? Let's do a piece, and I'm saying this, let's do a piece of content this year where we can actually on time sit down and do something like interview style or something
when
where we
can. This year we've got like what, 4 more days?
Sorry, not this year. Sorry, do you know what it is? I think
I'm
in the future. So I'm always in the future that I'm playing. I'm not doing a Kanye moment, but no, we should definitely do something where we can kind of, because bro, I need to give you your flowers, bro. You've been supporting me from the day, bro.
Yeah, from and I want some of that FIFA money.
From day dot. So for me, like, I wouldn't feel right to go anywhere else and do such a long form kind of piece where we're taking people on a journey through everything.
Listen, whenever you're ready, just let me know.
Yeah, definitely. I think we should do that.
Introduce the track, please. I need to wrap this up.
Yes, this is Koder, Entitled. It's out right now on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. The video just dropped. Check it out. It's undeniable, baby. It's a lifestyle, it's a mindset, it's a choice, it's a voice.
I don't think they get it. It's undeniable. It's undeniable, baby. It's a lifestyle, it's a mindset, it's a choice, it's a voice. Yeah, you heard that one, have you? Yeah, it's a voice. We ain't got no title. Why you so entitled? Says she don't love me no more. Go straight on the Bible. You keep ringing my phone up. That ain't fair on your new thing. On the M-way cruising. And trying to keep man looting. I don't know nothing about shootings. Went through hardships. Couldn't buy nothing in Lucian. No McDonald's. Being broke was a problem. Then I found the solution. I just spotted the bouncer. I said, make sure you let that group in. I'm in Paris and I'm doing up trouble. There. She half French and Cuban. So unruly. Half St. Lucian, Jamaican ting, try call me a smallie. Me back it out like mash, now she wanna dash cause I ain't too talky. Got a Arab spices around if you ever tell Pookies I didn't know you was this naughty. I chipped in for the table, gal in jacuzzis, wine on my Gucci's. Will I find my angel when I'm living on demon time? Settle down in my 40s. Old friends doing up, plug for the YGs. Don't call me when the 9 goes walkies. Told man don't hide things like Pauline's.
Told man not to be hiding things like Pauline's. Hey, it wasn't me like Shaggy.